Alright, peace, 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 Justin. Peace. This will be a reading. Alright, so let's begin. So, in this session, we are going to be discussing the positions which you have your planets in, and I will also give you some insight into, what that means, like the energy that's produced when the planets go into these different signs and houses. So yeah, this will be a overlook into your chart, and we'll look at where everything is at. And then in the next upcoming two sessions, we will dive deeper. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Without further ado, let us begin. So first things first, I wanna start with your ascendant. So your ascendant is in Scorpio. You feel what I'm saying? Your ascendant is in Scorpio, and that's the foundation which everything else is built upon. As the ascendant, it signifies one's personality, but it signifies the personality in a manner where it highlights those things within you, which in a sense are natural. Like, you don't have to try. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to try for these attributes and traits to be activated. But it's like when you're just in your element and you're just chilling. You feel what I'm saying? These energies manifest. So the sun signifies what you express out into the world. It signifies your will, what you're willing into existence, what you bring the most attention and focus on. You feel what I'm saying? And then the moon, it signifies what you are reacting and responding to. So both the sun and the moon signify, in a sense, how you manifest yourself into this physical world. You feel me? The sun is how you're acting, your actions, but then the moon is your reactions. But then the ascendant is, you can say, like the avatar, or like the foundation for those two energies. When we get into your first house, we'll be talking about the primary energies manifested within your personal life. You feel what I'm saying? And to give further example, it's like the fourth house squares the first house. You feel what I'm saying? Square meaning that they aren't harmonious with each other. They create learning opportunities, and wherever there is an opportunity to learn, or wherever you are lacking knowledge, you usually tend to struggle. But ultimately, the fourth house and the first house, these are the first house is the personal life. The fourth house is the domestic life, the home life, the family life. You feel what I'm saying? And that right there, I hope, can help expand your awareness of the first house, right? Your first house is just who you are and the things that are natural to you and the things you aspire to do. But then it's like the fourth house, your family life, some things that are personal to you that you have a desiring for, your family may not uphold those things. That's like the best way I feel like I can explain it at this time being. But anyways, let's begin with your sun. So, well, we already began with your ascendant, but your sun. So your sun is in Aquarius in the fourth house, right? So more specifically, your sun is in the decan of inspiration. You feel what I'm saying? So with your sun being in the decan of inspiration, you are an inspirational person. You feel what I'm saying? Inspiration specifically through ideas. You feel me? Because Aquarius, it does deal with ideas and the birthing of new ideas. You feel me? Yeah, and I feel like Aquarius can be a creative sign, even though Leo, its opposite sign, is more inclined towards creativity. But Aquarius is more like it is creativity because it's more innovativeness and inventiveness. You feel me? And so that's what this decan is all about. So within the stars, check it. It's like the constellation, right? Aquarius. It's like we have the whole constellation of Aquarius, which is signified by a man. You feel me? And the ancient civilizations that were putting the pictures up there chose man to signify Aquarius because Aquarius is the sign of intellect. You feel me? It deals with, it's said to be, it signifies the highest intelligence. And Aquarius brings way to like the knowledge series, you feel me? So our ability to accumulate knowledge and have information is all thanks to the Aquarius energy. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, like, so the constellation of Aquarius is pretty huge and there's a lot of stars in there. But within that star, there are like sub constellations, we can say. You feel what I'm saying? And within Aquarius, right, we have like Andromeda, right? And we have Andromeda, I forget the others, but we have Andromeda. And yours is in the Decan, hold on, I think I have it right here. Okay. So we have, you know, Aquarius. These are all, you have your Mercury. Hold on, sorry, let me ground myself because I don't want to sound like I'm all over the place. Interesting. So you have, okay, yeah. So yeah, Pegasus. Pegasus, Pegasus, Pegasus. But anyways, yeah, so feel free to go and research and look into the Pegasus constellation and its mythological story, you feel me? And you will extract a lot of knowledge and information from that story that would also be relevant to you. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, ultimately, to conclude and sum up this energy, Aquarius is also a very like rebellious energy, you feel me? But it rebels against tradition. You feel what I'm saying? So from that lens as well, you can look at inspiration, you feel me? An inspiration to aspire towards freedom, even because Aquarius is very much of a sign that deals with and is inclined towards freedom and towards like yeah, freedom and breaking away, typically breaking away from like, so being an air sign, we have to understand that the air signs deal with the mind, right? Intellect, thoughts. So the best way to explain it is when I say freedom, like Aquarius may not be physically, you feel me, caged, but Aquarius likes their mental freedom, their freedom to express themselves. But it's like the best way for me, like that I want to explain it, it's kind of like getting out of the matrix. You feel what I'm saying? Awakening to this realization that you're truly not free, and right, you're within this, you're within a confinement that others told you was reality, and then getting out of that. You feel what I'm saying? Because also Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, co-ruled by Uranus, and then when it's evolved, it tunes into the frequency of Jupiter and becomes ruled by Jupiter. So under Saturn, right, Saturn is a planet that deals with restriction, limitations, boundaries, you feel me, that type of energy. So, and it's also Saturn is a planet of responsibility. So Saturn has a tendency of bestowing upon its natives responsibility. So people that are Aquarius, you feel me, tend to be burdened with responsibility. But also one thing that I've seen with this energy is see, Aquarius, they have great mental abilities, you feel me? They're psychic as well. And the primary way that this expresses through is their ability to channel information, you feel me? Yeah. But it's like, hold on, sorry, kind of lost my train of thought there. But anyways, I don't I shouldn't really be diving deep like I'm doing right now because it's meant for later. But yeah, ultimately, like Sun and Aquarius in the fourth house. The fourth house deals with the home life, you feel me? So it's an indication that you're very invested in your family, you feel me? In your home, home, having a family. Um, but yeah, just a family energy, period. Because it's what the fourth house is. It's all about family. Interesting how I made that analogy about the family in the fourth house. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's the Sun and Aquarius in the fourth house. So like I said earlier, Aquarius is a rebellious sign, and it deals with unconventionalism. You feel me? Rebelling against society and tradition. But also Aquarius likes to be individualistic. You feel me? So with your Sun being in the fourth house in Aquarius, your family styling, not family styling, like your style of raising a family, your beliefs in the family household, how you believe a family should be ran is most likely unconventional and traditional. Not untraditional, you feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like with the Sun in the fourth house energy, it's an indication that there's also a free promotion. Not bad, not free. Like what I'm trying to say is like you promote self-expression within the home. You feel me? Like there's this promotion of being oneself, you know, within the home, and I think possibly because of like, so the sign Aquarius is very influenced by other people as well. You feel what I'm saying? Um, yeah, they're pretty influenced by other people as well. And I want to say that like this influence, you feel me, especially as a child when the Aquarius doesn't have a mind of their own, being influenced by others and even being told what to think and all of these things, I would say very much produces Aquarius's yearning to be free and yearning to oppose, you know, society and things like that. So I would most definitely say it's like, but like at the same time with the Sun in the fourth house energy, it's just an indication that even like your upbringing, like the way that you were raised and everything like that, you were very much like there was very much unconventionalism in that area and in that energy. You feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, with the Sun being in the fourth house, like the Sun, it vitalizes and it brings energy and focus. You feel me? So in this life, for you, a great focus is the home life, you know, and you would most definitely profit from focusing your energy in the home, you know, and building a family, and having like relatives, like not having relatives, but like I'm trying to produce that energy of familial energy. You feel what I'm saying? Of being like Cancer, being caring, concerning about your family. But that's the Sun in the fourth house, so yeah, that's what this life, so far from what I see, your Sun being in the fourth house, you feel me? That's what this life is gonna direct you towards, family, you feel me? So um definitely give your all when it comes to your family life, you feel me? And yeah, you're definitely on the right path. Because I on your profile picture, right, it's like a picture of you, your daughter, or something like that. You feel me? But yeah, you know, definitely awesomeness. And continue to be on set path. You feel me? And so then we have your moon, which is also an Aquarius. You feel me? You have your moon in Aquarius, but your moon it's in later early degrees Aquarius. My bad. It's early, yeah, it's early degrees Aquarius. But yeah, no, that doesn't really matter, the degrees. So your moon is in the decan of originality. Yeah, your moon is in the decan of originality. in the Aquilus, in the Aquilus constellation. Okay, so Aquilus inspiration. Okay, yeah, so let's break down what this means, what this is all about. So Aquarius in the third house in the moon, you feel me? So whereas the sun, right, the signified expression, where you express what you bring the most attention to, you feel me, what you're comfortable being known for, very much familial energy, right, as we have expressed. But Aquarius also likes to be known for their intelligence, being intelligent, you feel me? Like, I guess a negative expression that can portray through the Aquarius energy is thinking that they're smarter than everyone, you feel me? But it's like Aquarius is a very scientific sign, and they bring weight to knowledge, like, because Aquarius is fixed air, right? Air is thoughts, ideas. When you fix air, like, fixing air is also like trapping air in a balloon, right? That air is fixed, it's not going anywhere, you feel me? But pressurized air as well, because Aquarius is primarily known as air that's been crystallized through great pressure, you feel me? It's been shown that gases, you feel me? Because ultimately gas falls under air, you feel, if that makes sense. But yeah, so Aquarius is air pressurized, air crystallized under great pressure. And this is because Saturn rules Aquarius, and Saturn is a maleficent planet. It doesn't bring weight. It doesn't bring weight to like ease and joy, but it's struggle, it's persistence, perseverance, having to work in time. You feel me? And what I mean by this is having to work in time in the sense that like Aquarius, it can be a very worldly sign, and it's interesting because although Aquarius is a air sign, it's the most practical sign, it's the most grounded sign, which makes sense. It's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is considered a business planet. Saturn deals with structure, foundation, systemization, things like that, you feel me? But on the negative end, Saturn also deals with like illness, poverty, disease, same thing, you feel me? Famine, things like that. But what Saturn does is it produces stamina within an individual, because people that are tuned in, my dude, that's crazy. You also have Saturn, my bad, you also have Scorpio as your ascendant. You also have Scorpio as your ascendant, you feel me? And so, yeah, for you, strife has been a great theme in your life, you feel me? And the strife, being Aquarius, right, energy, deals a lot with people, you feel me? And Moon and Aquarius people tend to attract narcissistic people as well. You feel me? Narcissistic people. Yeah, narcissistic people and manipulative people and that type of energy. People that are selfish, you feel me? Because Saturn deals with selfishness as well. And so what happens here with this energy is it's, um it's like ultimately becoming a person that's good with people, you feel me? I bring up people as well because, yeah, that's what Aquarius signifies. It signifies people, and you can even think like business, you feel me? Working in a business setting and being diplomatic, you feel me? But then on another note, Capricorn is more known for its diplomacy and its deceptive nature, you feel me? Aquarius not so much, but Scorpio is a sign, yeah, that can be deceptive as well. But that's another point though, you feel what I'm saying? Aquarius though, it's known for its altruism, you feel me? Meaning its selflessness, its ability to put itself in a position where another will benefit, but it won't benefit. You feel what I'm saying? yeah, very selfless sign. You feel me? Very selfless placement. And for you, right, what you have in Aquarius in the fourth house, very selfless, especially when it comes to like your family. You know, you're very much a family guy, family guy. Yeah, you're very much a family guy. You feel what I'm saying? Um, hey, yeah. But yeah, so altruism, you know, their ability to be selfless and give themselves to something. You feel me? Aquariuses are known to be, right, philanthropists, humanitarians. They're very much easily influenced by kindness. You feel what I'm saying? Very much easily influenced by kindness. And as an Aquarius, you know, especially with your moon being an Aquarius as well, you would tremendously benefit, you feel me, from getting into studies of like the occult. You feel me? You probably already are into the occult, but like, yeah, you know, like deepening your awareness of the occult and everything like that. Aquarius also deals with electromagnetism, and electromagnetism is the foundation for psychicism, right? Like psychicism, but it's like I said earlier, specifically, Aquarius. So Uranus, right? Aquarius' co-ruling planet is considered to be a satellite that pulls in alien extraterrestrial energy from other solar systems. You feel what I'm saying? And so Aquarius, being co-ruled by Uranus, also has this ability to pull in information, like just knowing things without even knowing how you knew it, right? I'm telling you, Aquarius is all about knowledge, knowingness, right? And Aquarius rules databases as well, like computer databases, but specifically also databases that concern like the spiritual world, like the Akashic records, for example. So it goes deeper because through electromagnetism, you have an ability to influence another person in your environment. You feel me? And Aquarius is a sign of people, right? So getting into like understanding, for example, human nature, right? Like, yeah, and how humans operate. But it's like Aquarius just naturally has an ability to influence others as well. Because Aquarius, right, because of that electromagnetism provided to it by Uranus, they can be very charismatic. You know, they have an ability to influence people. And thus, Aquarius can be great in sales as well. You feel what I'm saying? Any field that deals with working with people. So there are certain signs that are better off in isolation. I mean, at the end of the day, at the same time, we all need people. So what I mean is some people are better off with less people and less socialization, but every now and then. But then other people need to socialize and need, you know, that social energy. And so for you, Aquarius, but Aquarius being in the fourth house, you're a person whose people is your family. You feel what I'm saying? And then with that ascendant in Scorpio, this is energy of like mysteriousness. You feel me? A person who likes to move in the mystery, who enjoys their isolation and their self-aloneness. If that makes sense. So I would say with this energy, it makes for an extroverted introvert, an introverted extrovert. Because I wouldn't say you're an introverted extrovert, you feel me? Because introverted extrovert is like primarily introvert, but this individual makes an effort to be extroverted. But I would say you're primarily extroverted, Sun in Aquarius. But then it's not that you make an effort to be introverted, but you have your times where you need introversion and where you need to be alone, you feel me? And in your element and by yourself, right? So now let's get into the moon. The moon is an Aquarius and it's in the decan of so it's the moon is an Aquarius. So let's talk about what the moon means when it's an Aquarius. And I'm just gonna double check my facts real quick. So Aquarius, when the moon goes into Aquarius, right, it has just left its debilitation. You feel what I'm saying? So the moon is debilitated in the sign Capricorn. So it goes Capricorn, than Aquarius. You feel me? Capricorn is the sign before Aquarius. So, with all this being said, you feel me? With Capricorn, okay. So yeah, as I was saying, with Capricorn being the debilitator and the moon just getting out of Capricorn, the way that the energy plays out here is in a manner where Capricorn, the moon does terrible in Capricorn because the Capricorn energy struggles with emotion and the expression of emotion. You feel what I'm saying? So does okay, I was right the whole time. Okay. Anyways, so thus when the moon is in Aquarius, you feel me? It struggles to express itself. It's still congested, I guess you can say, and so and this is because Aquarius, what kind of sign Aquarius is, you feel me? Aquarius is a sign that deals with introversion, right? It deals with holding on. No, my bad. Yeah, my bad. No. It's not that Aquarius deals with inversion and holding emotions in. Even though it technically does, it does deal with accumulation of information and being a walking library. So in that sense, holding information. But because Aquarius is a logical sign and it deals with logic and it's also very practical, I think I already mentioned that Aquarius is the most practical air sign, right? They're very practical and grounded to reality. Because of this, Moon in Aquarius doesn't understand or doesn't see the value of emotions. It doesn't get why it should just sit around and cry. You feel me? So, what it does instead is it rationalizes emotion. You feel me? It puts it to the back, to the side. And so what happens with this is that, and that's one of the reasons why you may find yourself attracting weird people. You feel me? Because it's like shadow work, right? Certain emotions you need to deal with, you need to work through, you need to heal. You feel what I'm saying? But if it's like when you don't work through it and you don't heal through it, then what happens is destructiveness, right? Pretty much. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, man. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, when you don't, it's like when you don't deal with an emotion, it in a sense takes up its own energy, its own identity. You feel me? Because emotions are energy in motion. So an emotion is charged. You feel me? It has energy. And so it's like, yeah. And Aquarius, like from my witnessing in real life, you feel me? But also just my knowledge of astrology, but also looking at the Aquariuses around me. Aquarius is inclined towards mental illness as well. You feel me? And this mental illnessism is because of like that unwillingness, I guess, to process emotion. You feel me? And get like touchy and get touchy. You feel what I'm saying? And heal. And it's crazy because Scorpio is also a sign that does this. It holds grudges. You feel me? It piles things in and it doesn't deal with it. So both Scorpio and Aquarius tend to find themselves in positions where they have to do healing, where they have to do release work. You feel what I'm saying? So with Moon and Aquarius energy, this indicates that you may have a tendency of reacting and responding a lot to like your network, your friends, your associates, your groups. Wait, no, actually not really. Well, yeah, because it's in the third house. Yeah. So you may have, you probably may naturally also with the moon in the third house, you probably know a lot of people and have a lot of friends and acquaintances. Hold on, I want to see. I want to double check my facts again. But Aquarius, I'm pretty much solid because Aquarius is a sign, you feel me, that deals with networking and connecting and having friends and people like that. So like with your moon in Aquarius, it's an indication that emotional fulfillment is arrived from that area of like that area of connectivity, connecting with people and socializing, and having friends around. But it's like great emotional like contentness and fulfillment also comes from knowing, from knowledge, from having an awareness and having an understanding. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, having an awareness and having an understanding. But like Moon and Aquarius individuals, they need to learn how to be more emotional. You feel me? Be more loose and learn how to let go, if that makes sense, and not be so uptight, not be so serious, not be so focused on like the negativeness. You feel what I'm saying? Because Aquarius sometimes can be like the negative one in the bunch, but it's more like they're so realistic that sometimes, especially when someone is like sharing their dreams and aspirations and their hopes, that Aquarius may point out like the realism of the world and how that's dumb and that's not gonna happen because X, Y, and Z. You feel me? So I guess that's a negative for Aquarius, and they can be pretty argumentative as well. You know, Aquarius has a tendency of arguing, but they also like to be debaters. They like to debate because, you know, that's a mental activity, you know, mental stimulation. But yeah, ultimately, I would definitely recommend looking around, exploring more of the emotions, you feel me, and releasing and not holding emotional experiences that are meant to be experienced hostage, right? And then, yeah, alright, cool. Alright, cool. And now let's look at Mercury. So your Mercury is in Pisces in the 4th house. So, you want to, okay, so for like your moon, right? Because I gave Pegasus, right, when we were talking about your sun sign. So definitely go and look into Pegasus. And for your moon sign, it's Aquilius, which is spelled Equulus, Aquilus, which is another creature found in the Aquarius constellation. It's actually Aquilus, Equalus. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So when it comes to Mercury, we have it's found. Your Mercury was present within the part of the sky that held the Cepheus constellation. Not constellation, but the Cepheus. I guess it is a constellation within a constellation, right? The Cepheus constellation, right? And this constellation is found within the Pisces constellation. So you have your Mercury and Pisces in the 4th house, and this is the house that deals with it deals with I don't know how to say that word, but it deals with like devotion in a sense. You feel me? Yeah, like devotion, and because Aquarius in of itself is a sign, you feel me, that deals with hold on, I'm looking at something real quick. It's a sign that deals with spirituality, with religion, you feel me? Right, yeah, okay. So yeah, I had to look up what the word virility means. So yeah, I was on track. So I was so yeah, okay, virility, right? So Aquarius, my bad, not Aquarius. So you have Mercury and Pisces. Mercury is the planet that signifies one's intellectual perception, intellectual abilities, how you rationalize, how you process the world, but also your perception and perspective of the world. You feel what I'm saying? And so with you having Aquarius and with you having Pisces and Mercury, and the decan of virility, which is ultimately to have a strong belief or a principle, right? A strong belief or principle. You feel what I'm saying? Which you which you operate by, but it's like a strong belief that encompasses your life. You feel me? So that's what that decan is all about. It's all about being driven by belief and driven by faith. So the energy of Mercury, right, which is supposed to be rationality and logic and thinking, you feel me? When Mercury goes into Pisces, this is what happens. Mercury becomes more inclined towards like dreamy sort of thinking, more inclined towards like fantasy. You feel me? More inclined towards the subconscious mind even. So Pisces in of itself is considered a fertile sign, meaning it gives way to like fruit, right? Birth. Like if you were to plant a seed, like it'd be good to plant it when like the moon is in Pisces. You feel what I'm saying? Like that'll add to that seed's success in the long run. But Pisces, yeah, that's what it's all about. So Pisces, when Mercury is in Pisces, these individuals are inclined towards imagination. They're very imaginative, and like your thinking and your thoughts are not separate from like they influence each other. Like your imagination and your thoughts. Like you may be a person who thinks in images. You feel me? Like for example, a person known to have this placement was Albert Einstein, for instance, right? And Albert Einstein was known for discovering the law of relativity. You feel what I'm saying? And so Einstein was also known for saying that imagination triumphs intelligence, or so he says something like that, but where he put imagination above knowing or intellect. You feel what I'm saying? So he also had his Mercury in Pisces. So these people, right, like I said already, very imaginative, right? Your imagination is very potent, but also the dream world. You feel me? Because Pisces rules over dreams, so it's like you communicate through dreams. It's like either your soul, your subconscious, or people, friends communicate to you in dreams, or you and of yourself are communicating in dreams. You feel what I'm saying? Mercury and Pisces energy, this makes for a person, again, who would be a good salesperson, because the Pisces energy is very flexible and very adaptable. It's mutable water, you feel me? It's a mirror. So it's like you have an ability, yeah, you have an ability also, which, an ability where like you're adaptable and changeable mentally. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you have different faces for different occasions, I guess we can say. Like Mercury and Pisces energy, these are people that are on their toes. They're fast. Should I say fast? Yeah, they're fast to react and respond, intellectually. You feel me? So this does make for a person who's very go with the flow type of person, especially like with the way that you communicate, but like the way that you think and the way that you perceive reality. It first and foremost, we should understand it is very much influenced by your belief, by like your philosophy, I guess, of life. You feel me? Your understanding and your awareness. And so Pisces is a sign, right, that gives way to like illusions and deceptions. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess negatively, it's of importance to be cautious that your emotions don't um your emotions don't cloud your judgment. You feel what I'm saying? Of what's actually going on. Because Pisces is a type of energy that's very fantasy, that will give the benefit of the doubt. You feel me? That's more interested in the bigger picture than the minute tiny picture. So they may have a tendency of overlooking things. You feel me? Letting things go. You feel me? And not having an ability to genuinely focus and sit down and look at the details. You feel what I'm saying? Like the moon in Pisces energy, this is type energy that is inclined to spiritual discussions and conversations, that loves to astral project, get out of this world for a minute, right, and go into like the other world, like very spiritual sign, very inclined towards spirituality. Mercury and Pisces. Mercury and Pisces individuals, they are good at like sympathizing with others, right? Sympathizing with others. Sympathize, not sympathize. Yes, that's the word I'm trying. That's the word I'm looking for. But like, not unified, but like resonance. You feel me? Because of their sympathy, they have a good ability to create rapport, to tap into the same resonance as an individual. You feel me? To communicate with the person at that level. But it's like at the same time, I feel like Aquariuses have this as well. Aquariuses, they have this ability to like lose themselves into another person. And what I mean by this is Aquarius, right, is a sign that deals with the groups, the collective. You feel me? So sometimes it's like when an Aquarius is they can get caught up in what they're doing to a point where they lose themselves and they fall into the group. You feel me? I hope you get what I'm trying to say, where it's like they're no longer an individual, but they're a collective, right? Aquarius is very much a good team player. But yeah, with the Mercury and Pisces energy, that pretty much is what that is, you feel me? A person whose first and foremost, the strength is the imagination, you feel me? But the weakness is an ability to look into the details and yeah, like being I would leave it at that, looking into the details, because Pisces also deals with mirroring, right? So, and that's what makes you a good person, like a good mirror for others. People may like to communicate with you as well, because sometimes they may feel like you tell them. I wonder where your Mars is, but I was gonna say you tell them what they want to hear. But anyways, okay. So now let's right, so that's pretty much like the Mercury, you feel what I'm saying? And your Mercury is also in the 4th house. So Mercury in the 4th house, right? So a lot of your like thinking and logicalizing, you feel what I'm saying? That energy, a lot of it is channeled into the home life, you know. So you think a lot about like your family, the domestic life, the domestic affair, and ultimately you apply a lot of your rationalizing ability into the home life. You feel me? But yeah, 4th house Mercury just indicates that a lot of like your thoughts are in the home life, and also yeah, like you're just a family guy. As we continue to read the chart, you feel what I'm saying? So what that means is that like in this life, that's what you're here to do. You're here to master like, well, actually before, but yeah, anyways, even right now I'm confident. I have enough awareness and information within your chart to confidently say that yeah, bro, especially with your Mars in the 4th house as well. Like you, 1, 2, 3. Well, you have a small stellium in the 4th house. So yeah, you're very much here to master like the family life. You feel me? The home life, being a family guy, having a family, living in a a house that's surrounded by the gates. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Having that little nice family life, but it's like that's where you have so much activity in that area. So you should be working with that energy, you feel me? And anything outside of that energy, it's like if you were to pursue something outside of that energy, it's like anything and everything you do, it's possible, but it's like because naturally you have all of these energies flowing towards family energy, then you should expand it, you feel me? And work on becoming like the best family guy in the world. Shit, why not? Okay, anyways, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Right, so next we will be discussing your Venus, right? And so you also have Venus in Aquarius in the 3rd house. And it's in the decan of originality, and it's in Aquarius. Aquarius, okay. So Venus, right, is the, so we just talked about Mars, which is the planet that deals with, my bad. We talked about Mercury, which is the planet that deals with the intellectual mind and intellectual perception. Now we are going to be discussing Venus. Yeah, Venus, and Venus is the planet. It's a social planet. It deals with how you socialize with people. You feel me? How you also how you yeah, how you socialize with people, how you form relationships, friendships. You feel me? But Venus is also a planet that deals with like pleasure and joy and fun. You feel me? So like it also is a planet that deals with your idea of fun and pleasure. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So again, Aquarius, right? So with the Venus being an Aquarius, very social individual, right? You like to socialize, but you're like the Aquarius in the fourth house. This type of energy is like an individual who likes to socialize, but you also um like your social life is familiar in the sense that you're the type of person who likes to have friends that you keep around for a while. You feel me? You don't just yeah, like you like to have friends that you keep around for a while. So like your social setting, like you're a type of person probably who likes to go to like home parties. You feel me? Yeah, like home parties around the neighborhood. Like you have that third house energy. You feel me? Which indicates that there's a lot of activity in the home life, but also the neighborhood as well, the community. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, let's look into this. Okay. Originality, Aquilus, originality. Um, Alright, my bad. I don't even have to be looking at your phone because I have everything I need to know in here. So yeah, Venus, Aquarius, third. Oh yeah, that's where I was looking to see if it was in the third house. So Venus, Aquarius, third house. I'm pretty sure it's in the third house. Yes. So with your Venus being in Aquarius in the third house, if we're to project to your childhood, right? You were one of those kids, right, who had like the squad, you feel me, the group of friends you hung out with, and you were very much active socially, you feel me, and yeah, like active socially out in the neighborhood, in the streets, probably played sports or did this or that. See, not Pisces, so Scorpio, right? Real quick, then we're gonna get to Venus again. Scorpio, positively, it expresses as resourcefulness, you feel me, resources. So Aquarius, my bad, Pisces, my bad, Scorpio's thought trend is I desire, and it brings weight to the desire series. So that energy of desiring, that energy of not having something but wanting it, that's Scorpio, you feel what I'm saying? So thus, because there's this desire energy manifested, Scorpios are resourceful, you feel me? Because they're producing energy of wanting. And it's like, seeking you shall find, you feel me? Asking you shall have, you feel me? Type energy. So thus, resourcefulness. But Scorpio's negative attribute is troublesomeness, you feel me? They can be very troublesome, like, trouble can follow them, you feel me? They like to get into trouble, you feel me? Or they just may be people who cause trouble. So you're probably one of those rebellious kid, because Aquarius is also an energy that brings weight to this rebellion, you feel me? Because Aquarius is not a fan of authority, you feel what I'm saying? It doesn't like to be bossed around. It's not a fan of authority. It doesn't like rules either, you feel what I'm saying? But rather, it wants to create its own rules and regulations and things like that. So that's interesting. The Venus and the Venus Aquarius in the third house. So with Venus and Aquarius, right, one thing I haven't talked about that I should have been talking about is Aquarius also rules the internet, right, and it rules technology as well. And so Venus and Aquarius in the third house, this type of energy is like being very connected socially, like having friends on the internet, you feel me? Having internet friends, huh? Um, that, that you enjoy interacting with and engaging with. And with the fourth house energy also, that probably, because fourth house is the home life, right? So, like, but then it's very interesting energy because fourth house is home, but then Aquarius is socializing in the outside. So this can play out as like you probably don't like to go out like that, but you do like to have friends that you socialize and network with on your phone, on the internet, you feel me? So that may be how your socialness expresses through the phone, but it can also, or through technology, but it can also express through like the family, you feel what I'm saying? Like very connected, familially speaking, you feel me? Because we live in a day and age where like family members are strangers to each other. But like, yeah, like with the Aquarius in the fourth house energy, it produces the socialism within the family. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so let's okay. So yeah, it's pretty much Venus and Aquarius, but I'm gonna expand on Venus and Aquarius. So Venus and Aquarius type of energy, these are people that are very like they're very unique and they're very when it comes to their socializing. We're talking about the social setting now, right? So take the Aquarius energy, apply it to your social life. So it's like socially, you're a person who's very unique. Aquarius, Scorpio also has a tendency of becoming the black sheep. You feel me? Aquarius, because it's into things that are unconventional, things that tend to be weird. You feel me? And that's why Aquarius becomes the black sheep, right? They're like the scientists, right? Who are interested in things that the common people are not interested in, and thus they are outcasted. You feel me? But then Scorpio is like, it's naturally a mysterious sign. You feel me? Because Scorpio also deals with mysterious things. Like in the body, it rules the sex organs, for example. Um, but then Scorpio also just deals with things that are taboo and unseen. You feel me? Hidden, like things like death. Um, things like death, things like enemies, things like revenge, jealousy. Yeah, but ultimately Scorpio is also a hidden type of energy, you feel me? So this does produce very like black sheep energy. But in the social life, ultimately, this is energy expresses through being someone who is unconventional and has a desire to be be independent and recognized for their independence within the group. You feel me? Being unique and also being the person who is pretty intelligent within the group. You feel what I'm saying? So Aquarius, Venus, these people like unconventionalism. You feel me? Even in dating, like they might want to date in a manner that's unconventional. You feel me? They're very anti-conventionalism. They and tradition. You feel me? Aquariuses are like the first to go against their family's tradition. Yeah, and like I say, it's interesting energy because Aquarius and fourth house. Anyways, because Cancer and Aquarius, because the fourth house is ruled by Cancer, and Aquarius is Aquarius, right? Aquarius and Cancer don't really mix that well. You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, like this energy, it makes for a person who can be a great networker, who can amass a great network. You feel me? Have a lot of friends, a lot of associates, a lot of people that they know, and this is a great value and benefit. Most definitely to be able to understand and know people. Um, but yeah, like the Venus and Aquarius energy, it's also like I don't want to say a reckless energy, but it's an energy, I guess, that's down to try things and down to yeah down to do things, right? Down to try new things and But Aquarius is also a sign that deals with we already talked about this. It deals with intelligence, right? So socially, you're a type of person who you prefer to have a group of intellectuals around you, right? But yeah, so pretty much just the third house in Aquarius. Very much neighborly orientated, very much social, very much friendly, likes to network, share ideas, right? Loves intellectual conversations. That's all Aquarius. All right, and now let's look at Mars. So you have Mars in Aquarius, and it's in the decan of repression in the fourth house. Mars in the fourth house in the decan of repression. Interesting. Alright, so first and foremost, Mars is in Aquarius again. So this reinstates that Aquarius energy. You feel me? It reaffirms socialism and like being good with people and networking with people. You feel me? So ultimately, you have this concentration of that Aquarius energy. And so what this means is that there are Aquariuses out there, but you are an Aquarius. You're like Aquarius. You feel what I'm saying? In the sense that some people just have their sun in Aquarius, so what they're expressing is Aquarian, but then their moon is in a different sign, so what they're feeling is like different. You feel me? But like with you having all this Aquarius energy, the value and the benefit is received through applying the Aquarius energy. So through becoming a person who's good with people, who knows how to network and knows how to connect with people, a person who is associated within the community and is known. You feel me? You're known. But Aquarius ultimately is also a sign that deals with intellect and knowledge. You feel me? So what you're known for should be based around like intellect and knowledge. You feel me? Knowingness. But Aquarius also deals, as we said, with like technology, the internet, things like science, all of that. So with Mars being in Aquarius, in the decan of repression, how this plays out. Alright. Alright, so first, Mars is the planet that deals with one's ambitions, how one executes one's ambitions, one's executive abilities. Okay. I just wanted to double check to make sure that I was correct about your Mars being in Aquarius. So yeah, it deals with one's executive abilities, one's motivation, one's willpower. So both the Sun and Mars deal with will. The Sun is like what you express, like I will do this, like watch me, I'm gonna do it. But then Mars is like what it looks like when you actually go and do it. You feel me? And Mars in Aquarius is a very focused and determined energy. So you're a person who you do have great ambitions. You feel me? And you're the type of person who like when you go out to do something, you're focused and determined on that thing specifically, and until you get it done, right? You don't waver, you don't give up, you don't step away. Aquarius is also an energy where it's like you're better off engaging in works and ambitions that involve others as well. You feel what I'm saying? That aren't just you solo dolo. But like with this Aquarius Mars in the fourth house, I really do feel like if you already are not, that a business like working from home would be very good, very beneficial for you, right? And that adds on to theme of the Family Guy, right? But it's like with Mars being in the fourth house, yeah. So Mars being in the fourth house, it can be energy of like, so as we said, it's motivation, all these things, right? So family motivates you tremendously, you feel what I'm saying? And a lot of your motivation, like what you pour motivation into, is family, you feel me? So you're driven by family. Like a lot of the things that you do, a lot of the things that you do and why you do what you do is family orientated, family based. You feel what I'm saying? And so with this energy, it's like, yeah, understanding that like you're familially motivated, like this energy can allow you now to go on to like um, produce projects in the future that align with something that has to deal with family. You feel me? And so thus, it's like that's where the motivation is at, family. So it's like utilizing family to motivate you in future projects type energy. You feel me? I feel like that would be beneficial, and that would be a good way to apply this information. Also, with Mars being Aquarius, yeah, it is important to, not important, but like the way that you move should be integrated, and typically is integrated with like a network or like with people or with friends or groups. You feel me? Um, and like I said, like, because Aquarius is a sign that also deals with tribes, right? Tribes and groups, and it's like your group or your tribe can just be your family. You feel me? And I wouldn't doubt that. Like, you probably are a person who, like, of course you have networks and connections outside, but like, genuinely your tribe is your family. But it's like that with everyone. So I hope that's not too broad and generic. Um, but yeah, anyways, for sure, Mars in Aquarius. But because it's in the decan of repression, I think it would be of great value to do some work around your motivation. You feel me? Especially also like because you do have Mars in the fourth house, and fourth house Mars is debilitated there, so it would be of value and benefit for you to like get into yeah, for you to like get into, my bad, my apologies, yeah, get into like your motivations. You feel me? And like create motivations for yourself, maybe create goals for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Things that you want to do, maybe things that are based on the house or on the home, or based on like your family. You feel me? But yeah, so there's really not much to say with this Aquarius energy, like, because all you have in your chart is Aquarius, so it's like, you feel me? That's why there's not much to say. But yeah, like, I guess Mars and Aquarius people, they are motivated by humanitarian acts as well, selfless acts, acts of kindness. You feel me? When someone comes to you and they're in need and they want you to help them, you're a selfless person who, it's not only because you're selfless that you act, but you get motivated by helping and by being kind. You feel me? So motivation very much does come from being heart centered and being humanitarian, like, you feel me, and altruistic. You feel me? Yeah. But then I feel like Mars in Aquarius energy, but Moon in Aquarius, Sun in Aquarius, all of that can express through like stubbornness as well. You feel me? And this is interesting energy because of course Aquarius is open-minded, right? They're very open-minded and receptive to all the different knowledges out there, but at the same time they can be like stubborn and fixed. You feel me? Fixed and stubborn in their ways, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, Mars in Aquarius, fourth house, right? Those are the motivations, and yeah, like intellect is important, knowledge, like the more you know the better. And I feel like with all this Aquarius energy, like if you're not riding the wave, the digital age, you feel me, like all these businesses that are manifested within the internet, like I feel like that's definitely a great way for you to tap into with this Aquarius energy. You feel what I'm saying? Most definitely. Being anchored into like having some sort of online business, real estate. Yo, are you into real estate? Yo, why am I only bringing this up? Like, why am I only bringing this up? Because real estate, right? That's also the home, right? It deals with homes, right? Real estate is like selling other people's homes. With all this fourth house energy in Aquarius especially, I brought up sales earlier, huh? So, like, look into real estate-ism if you haven't. You're probably a real estate. Like, I don't know. I get a feeling that you're a real estate person. Huh? Because, I mean, technically, I've been reading a lot of energy. Yeah, like, all this energy that I've been reading, like, you can channel it into real estate-ism. You feel me? Real estate-ism. A new word I just made up. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oof. And then you have your second house in Aquarius. My bad, you have your second house in Sagittarius. Dang, okay. And Neptune is in the second house. So money, 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 money. You feel me? The second house is the house of money. And you have the second house ruled by Jupiter. Right, which means that in this life, financial blessings will come through. They will manifest, of course. All right, but yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue this reading. So we have so that's pretty much your Mars, right? And keep in mind, you have 2 more sessions I'll be doing. You feel me? I'll be doing for you, and in those 2 more sessions, we will be breaking everything else down. You feel me? All right, all right, all right. So next we look at your Mars. You feel my bad. Next we look at Jupiter. You feel me? Jupiter and Saturn. Both Jupiter and Saturn are in Libra, and both of them are in the 11th house, and both of them are 1 degree apart from each other. So this means that you have Saturn and Jupiter conjunct. You feel me? All right, so we can talk about them together. You feel me? So Saturn is the planet that deals with restriction, limitation, and debilitation. You feel me? Meanwhile, Jupiter is a planet that deals with expansion. You feel me? Abundance. It also deals with generosity. It deals with God. It deals with religion. It deals with faith. You feel me? So Jupiter is an easy energy. It's a optimistic energy. It's merciful. It's kind. You know, it's heart-centered. But then Saturn is like negative. It's Satan, right? The word Satan comes from Saturn. You probably noticed, maybe. So like Saturn, right? That energy. Yeah, Saturn. That energy is more restrictive. So alright, let's begin. So when Jupiter and Saturn are in conjunction with each other, this energy makes like President Obama, for example. You feel me? Like that dude had his sun, my bad, his Saturn, his Jupiter conjunct each other. So let me tell you how this expresses. You feel me? Jupiter, Saturn. So Jupiter is that energy that makes you feel like you can do it. You feel me? Even when things around you say you can't. It's faith, right? So it's belief in self and possibility. But then Saturn is restriction. It's like you can't do it. It's doubt. It's fear. So the way that, so when planets are conjunct each other, they're working together harmoniously in a team. You feel me? Both of them have brought to each other what they have to offer. You feel me? So the way that this plays out is, at times, right, like a way that this can play out is, at times you'll wake up and you'll feel like you can conquer the world. You feel me? And everything and anything is possible for you. And that, yeah, you can conquer the world and nothing is going to stop you, regardless of the limitations. You feel me? And that's Jupiter. You feel me? That's Jupiter being, expressing its prominence. Hold on. Let me see which planet it is. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, you literally have Saturn and Jupiter right next to each other. But it's like when Jupiter has the upper hand, right, and Jupiter is more influential in your life, then you feel more empowered and uplifted and feel like you can accomplish whatever it is that you desire. But then when Saturn has a float, and these are the days when you feel like probably just don't even want to get out of bed, hella self-doubt, you feel me, hella self-fear, and just non-belief in self. But ultimately, Jupiter and Saturn, right? These two energies. Hold on, I'm aware. And so this energy, that's crazy. So you have Jupiter and Saturn in the 11th house. The 11th house is the house ruled by Aquarius, and this house deals with friendships. It deals with the hopes. It deals with networks, connections. You feel me? Oof. So with Jupiter being in Libra in the 11th house, you have natural people abilities. Libra is a sign of relationships. You feel what I'm saying? Libra is the sign that deals with marriage, because it deals with personal, intimate relationships. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. These are the three air signs, and they all deal with associationships. Gemini deals with the associationships that you have with your thoughts, and also deals with the associationships you have with people in your environment. Libra deals with the associationships you have in your relationships. Intimate relationships, agreements where two or more individuals are like, yeah, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, or like, yeah, I agree to marry you. You feel me? So it's a personal commitment to one another. But then Aquarius deals with networking and associationships that are outside of the home, outside of the neighborhood, but that deal more with networking with strangers, like that you might have just met. You feel me? Let's say you're a real estate agent. You feel me? And so when you're going out to meet your client, right? Potential customer type energy, right? That person, that relationship, that associationship falls into the Aquarius energy or the 11th energy, because there's no emotion, there's no awareness of each other, but there's this interaction that deals with the world. You feel me? That has to deal with the world. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, because Aquarius is a worldly energy. So yeah, that's what the 11th house is. The house that deals with networking, and connecting. It deals with socializing. It deals with long distance relatives, right? Because like your long distance relatives, you're associated and connected with them, but it's like at the same time you don't really know them like that. You feel me? Because the fourth house, never mind. The fourth house deals with close family, right? People that, like, let's say you live with like your grandma, then your grandma wouldn't fall in your 11th house, but she would fall in your 4th house, because she's not a long distance relative anymore. She's close. I hope that makes sense. That's the 11th house, long distance energy, with people, right? People you associate and connect with that you don't really have an emotional connection with, but they're still there. Anyways, Libra is a sign that deals actually with those close, intimate relationships. So you have the sign of marriage in the house of networking and associationships. You feel me? Connections. So what this does is it makes you a person who would do good in sales, right? You would do good in working with people and networking with people. Like, you naturally have this ability to make someone feel comfortable around you. You feel what I'm saying? Feel like, oh, this dude, like, I can be friends with this guy. Like, it blesses you with a charisma as well. You feel me? Like in high school, 9 out of 10 you were probably 10 out of 10 you were like a popular individual, right? Because when Jupiter, as we mentioned, it brings beneficency, it brings expansion, right? It expands, it brings abundance, wealth, right? It just expands, right? And so Jupiter is in your 11th house, so Jupiter is expanding your 11th house. But it can never be that simple, can it? Because you also have Saturn in the 11th house. So Saturn is restricting your social life, you feel me? So it's like, alright, and I'll explain how this is gonna play out. And one way that it plays out is, yeah, like doubting yourself and your ability to have networks, to have relationships, and doubting your ability to connect and network with people. You feel me? Like popularism, being popular is something that was, or probably still is, important to you. You feel what I'm saying? And like with Saturn being here, All right, so let me take a couple steps back. All right, so Jupiter in Libra in the 11th house. When Jupiter goes into Libra, these are individuals that just have a very cool energy about them. They're very blessed when it comes to like their associationships, their friendships, their personal relationships. You feel what I'm saying? And Libra being a sign of marriage, this does indicate that they will be blessed when it comes to marriage. You feel me? Um, but it's ultimately a symbol of relationships and being good in relationships. You feel me? So that's ultimately Jupiter in Libra, having a natural ability to be good with people, right? And that goes a long ass way. Like, I think I don't even need to say more. Um, but like Libra is also a sign that deals with like literature, fine arts, writing, literature, writing, right? It deals with communication. It deals with. It also deals with like beauty and leisure, you know, that type of energy as well. Um, yeah, we'll have some things to talk about on your next session. You feel what I'm saying? Because in your next session, I'll be looking at how these energies are interacting with each other and everything like that. Okay, so yeah, and because Saturn is in Libra as well, it's still the Libra energy, the sign of marriage. You feel me? But now Saturn is a sign that brings restrictions and limitations. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, Saturn brings limitations and restrictions. So, but because Jupiter is here as well, it's like they kind of neutralize each other in a way. For what I'm saying, um, yeah, okay. And so I feel like the way that this energy will primarily express itself is like an energy where it's like, yeah, there is this ability to be good with people, but also an importance highlighted in being restrictive. But when I say restrictive, I mean having foundation and having boundaries. You feel me? And having a system, a way in which you connect and associate with people. Um, like, yeah, Saturn and Libra energy is energy where it's like this person needs to learn boundaries. You feel me? Um, yeah, this person needs to learn boundaries. Um, yeah. Hold on, I have to think about this because it's interesting. You feel me? Because you have both Saturn and Libra here. So, with Saturn also being in Libra, this is energy where it's like, there also do manifest because it's like Jupiter is expanding, but then you also have Saturn in the same house with Jupiter. So it's like there are certain restrictions and limitations that are imposed within like your relationship life. But like honestly, the best not relationship like your not even marriage, but like your ability to relate with others. But for me, I feel like the best way to explain this energy is this: Jupiter expands, you feel me, your network and your people, and then Saturn asks you to put boundaries and restrictions on people. So this energy will produce a person who is good with people, but also has an ability to produce authority in the community, if that makes sense. Because Saturn is a sign that deals with authority, right? Yeah, that deals with authority. But like Saturn in Libra in the 11th house, it just indicates that like you work with people in a manner where there is a system, right? But like Libra also in Saturn, because Saturn is the planet of time, indicates that you have an ability to maintain long-term relationships, you feel me? And stick around with people. Because Saturn is a planet that deals with long-term energy, you feel me? Like persistence and perseverance and consistency. You feel me? But yes, so my friend Justin, this, I hope that's your name, Justin. So this will conclude the reading, right? And I will be following up with part 2 and part 3. So I will be able to do part 2 on, I would say, Thursday. Yeah, definitely Thursday, because yeah, I do have all these readings I still need to get to. But yeah. All right. Peace.